Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Pisces, welcome back to Neptune's Reign Tarot. I'm Ashley, for those of you who are new here. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm absolutely ecstatic about Jupiter moving into Pisces, which happened yesterday. I'm hoping that you guys can feel the energy in the air, the magic, the excitement, the enthusiasm, the optimism that is going to be bestowed upon not only yourself but the collective over the next 4 months or so. I'm just lighting my sage so I can cleanse you guys. Amazing. Guys, there's so much to talk about, so much to anticipate, and I'm just excited to be able to deliver this message to you guys. So if you haven't already, you can check out Jupiter in Pisces, my take on Jupiter in Pisces, on my main channel, Cosmic Wisdom Podcast / Tarot, where I talk about the new moon in Capricorn, what we can expect, but also Jupiter moving into Pisces and what that energy will look like on the larger scale of things. But on an individual level, guys, I had Jupiter in my first house in Aquarius, and I have to say the last year or so has been probably one of the best years of my life. Despite the pandemic, despite COVID, despite the madness going on in the world, Jupiter really allowed me to connect with myself, to connect with who I am at the core, and to really just remember who I was and who I can be in this lifetime and what my purpose here is. So I'm hoping Jupiter in Pisces is not only going to do that just for you guys, but do that for the entire collective. As you guys are aware, we're waking up. It is a great time to be alive. It's a turbulent time, but it's a fantastic time to really take the journey back to self, to really figure out who you are and to figure out where you are going. So today, Spirit was really just, guys, excitement is really infectious, and I want everyone to be excited. I want you to be so excited about your life, so excited about the things that you're pouring your energy into, so excited about learning and about developing and about growing spiritually. I want you to be excited about those things in your life so you can really reap the benefits of connecting with divine source. Jupiter is going to expand this energy of excitement, this energy of enthusiasm, this energy of optimism, but also, most importantly, this energy of love for thyself and love for thy brother and sister. So I'm hoping that the next couple months are great times for us. We deserve it. We've been through a very hard 2 years. We've been working extremely hard to balance the energies here, to really connect with ourselves, to find the power in alternative healing, to find the power in alternative ways of seeing life and engaging in everything around us. So let's see what the cards have to say for you guys for January. If you haven't, please check out my previous video where I talk about the end of December and I think the first week of Jan. I'm not too sure, but I will be moving on from there. So forgive me, guys, I never know the dates. If you've been watching this channel, you know I never know the dates of sometimes when I'm doing a reading. I just know the energy I'm reading for. So that's what we're going to talk about. So when I was speaking to Spirit, they wanted me to acknowledge that the past is meeting the present to create the future. So in your own individual life, you could feel like in this period of time, you're focusing on things that may have happened in the past, good or bad, how you can move on from those things and how you can create a future for yourself that doesn't feel hindered by the past or your present moment. So thinking about how your past has influenced your present moment, has influenced your present being, who you are, how you see yourself, how you integrate in the world, how you interact with others, how you create, how you set your goals, and clearing up anything that needs to be cleared out, because Jupiter is, you know, the sign that wants to expand our consciousness, and Pisces is the sign that focuses on endings and loss and pain and trauma and all that stuff. So thinking about those kind of themes and how you need to clear out any of those energies in order for you to live this abundance that Jupiter has to offer you. And sometimes people think Jupiter in a well-placed sign like Pisces, its domicile, or Sagittarius, its other domicile, is about, you know, materialistic gain, you know, getting a large windfall of money, or just being extremely successful at something, more tangible, something that you can, you know, actually see or feel or do. But Jupiter, in my personal opinion, doesn't just do that. Jupiter is about your vitality, about your health. So some of you can really go through a period of time where you feel optimized, you feel like you are at a peak of your energy. But also the connection that Jupiter in Pisces brings to the native about themselves and about the things that we can't see, the non-physical, your senses, your intuition, your spirituality, is far more abundant than what it can bring to you in a physical sense, in a, you know, material sense. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But as I was saying, as you can tell, the downloads are coming really heavy, thick and fast. So I'm just trying to get everything that I feel out. But as I was saying, it's about clearing the past to make way for you in the present to dictate what your future looks like. So let's see what the cards have to say. If you are new here, please do not forget to like, comment and subscribe to this channel. And as mentioned previously, you can check out my main channel, which is Cosmic Wisdom Pod, where I talk all things spiritual, but this is just a separate bonus channel for my Pisces. Okay, angels, guides and spirits. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on for this part because I don't think I be able to see the cards. Let's see, maybe I always record with my glasses or my contact lenses, but spirit made me take them off. So let's see if that is of any relevance in this reading. Angels, guides and spirits. Breathe. Pisces, things could be moving pretty fast for you, or could just suddenly start moving pretty fast for you during this period of time. Angels, guides and spirits, what do you want to tell Pisces for the second week of January? Thank you. Oh, what do you want to tell Pisces for the second week of January, please? King of Cups. So for some of you, and I think this is why I brought out the yes and no cards and the animal cards, which I've never used before, but Spirit said we're going to work with these two decks as well. For some of you, you're definitely in a period of time where you feel like you are in control of your emotions. If you don't feel this way, then you can feel this way in the second week of January because we are ahead of time. But you can definitely feel like you are connected to that divine part of yourself that knows you need to love yourself unconditionally, or you need to show your love towards others, or find ways to make people feel appreciated and feel loved. There's a sense of manifestation, attraction here. So some of you could be working actively to draw in a love interest or to draw in the things that you desire. I'm feeling heavily like if you are a heavy Pisces placement person, so like a rising sun or moon, that you are focusing on attracting. You're moving out of this, because Jupiter is going to be in your first house if you're rising, for example. So you're moving out of this energy of having to consistently find things, to consistently work extremely hard at something, and moving more into knowing that thyself is the magnet, thyself is what brings in the things that I desire. So when you take that into account, there's this element of receiving, allowing yourself to receive. And this could be something that you have an issue with from past lives or from traumatic experiences you've had in this present moment. It's moving into a more feminine energy, understanding that you don't have to work so hard to get the things that you want. And that's the beautiful thing about Jupiter in your sign, is that Jupiter allows you to attract the abundance rather than go after and fight for tooth and nail for the things that you want. And sometimes the things that you want aren't always what you need. So Jupiter in Pisces, when you're in a receiving mode, when you're in the mode of receiving, can bring to you the opportunities that are in alignment with your path, because it's a spiritual attraction. So bringing to you what you're supposed to be doing on your soul's journey. Okay. For some of you, you've definitely learned how to master how you feel depending on, how do I put it? Master how you feel regardless of the storm. That's how I see it. You've gone through very turbulent times. Some of you could have gone through, like recently, through a very turbulent time, especially because Saturn would have been in your 12th house, which is not an easy place for Saturn to be. You could have definitely been feeling like you were restricted, you had lots of limitations, you could have been doing a lot of negative self-talk, not really connecting with yourself, feeling like you're just losing things, or you're having to let go of things, or having to make significant sacrifices. You could have just come out of this energy, or be closing off this energy. So there's a part of you that has learned how to master the storm, to kind of go with the flow, which is a very good trait of Pisces, to be mutable, to learn to adapt, to change to current circumstances, and to find different ways to do things. So some of you could have definitely been in that environment where you've been challenged to figure out how to use your mutable energy to the best of your advantage, and as a result of that, you've come out stronger. You've come out strong in the sense that you understand your emotional capability all round, and you can now use that to your advantage in this brand new year. That's all they have to say on that card. Thank you so much for it. Angels, guides and spirits, what lessons do Pisces need to be aware of for the second week of January? What lessons? What lessons do Pisces need to be aware of for the second week of January? What lessons does Pisces need to be aware of in the second week of January? Oh. What lessons does Pisces need to be aware of in the second week of January? Angels, guides and spirits. I'm hearing that you are the embodiment of love. And right out comes the Ten of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. You are the embodiment of love. For some of you, if you are struggling in romance, and I have the yes or no cards here and the animal cards here, which is making me feel like this is definitely to do for some of you with love, either for the love you have for yourself or for love and romance in general in your environment. But you being the embodiment of love is what attracts everything that I just spoke about with the King of Cups. You need to be that example. You need to show up for yourself. You need to do a lot of self-care, self-work, self-love, self-worth. You need to work on the highest manifestation of yourself, so you can manifest the things that you desire. And if love, true love, pure love, unconditional love is what you truly desire, you have to give it to yourself first, Pisces. You have to start with the self. If you do not love yourself, if you do not value yourself, if you do not believe you are worth anything, if you do not believe you have a purpose in this lifetime, then it's absolutely impossible for you to attract the highest manifestation of love in somebody else. Okay, you have to be the embodiment of that love that you want to attract. And I think this is what's being shown in this card. For some of you, you can be walking away from a situation with somebody, something that you've been trying to work really hard at, and it feels like it's delayed gratification. There's just not enough coming from that situation. I want to talk about the 12th house being the whole, a never-ending whole. Sometimes Pisces placements, especially if you have a Venus Pisces placement or you have Pisces moon, it can feel like nothing is ever satisfying. It's really hard to satisfy Pisces. Pisces have this like never-ending hole of desires, and the worst part is that they're hidden desires. So sometimes Pisces can be regarded as the promiscuous sign or the sign that cheats, because it feels like what they're looking for in a partner is never satisfying. Whatever someone can give them is never satisfying. And the whole lesson for Pisces to learn is to find satisfaction in themselves rather than looking outside of themselves for the things that they need to find excitement about. So if you're someone who just feels like in a situation right now, I don't feel this person is loving me enough or is giving me the excitement that I want in my life, or is, you know, just the right person for me, I want to say, look within first. You could be absolutely right, but if you walk away from this person, you could be making an absolute mistake. For the others of you that are looking for love, like I said, the first part of this segment about these two cards applies to you. Be that embodiment of love, and it will definitely sharpen your environment. But if you are someone, especially because Venus is in Capricorn and it's retrograde, if you are someone that just feels like, this relationship is just not doing enough for me, it kind of can be an illusion. Neptune is in your first house as well, so it can be an illusion, and Jupiter can be expanding that illusion for you. So be careful about the decisions you make. I would say wait until the 29th of Jan, and just after that, maybe early Feb, check in with yourself, see how you really feel, and then go from there. Because when Venus turns direct, maybe you might regret walking away from someone if that was the reason why you walked away in the first place. Oh, Spirit, you spitting. You spitting. For some of you, it's like there is happiness here. There is happiness, absolutely. There's happiness with it, either a happiness that you can achieve within yourself to attract this ideal foundation that you want, this pure, majestic, unconditional love. There's definitely an ability to do that, and for some of you who are already in a relationship, that exists, but right now you just might not be seeing clear as day in the situation with this person. So that is the lesson, Pisces, for you in the second week of January. Angels, guides and spirits, what could Pisces be looking forward to in the second week of Jan? What can Pisces be looking forward to the second week of Jan? I'm hearing comfortability. You can be looking forward to comfortability, so either with finances or just feeling comfortable in yourself, in your own skin, in your purpose, in where you're going for the year 2022. Angels, guides and spirits, what can Pisces be looking forward to in the second week of Jan? So if you just see me staring into space, I'm literally staring into space. That's how I get my downloads. Angels, guides, and spirits, what can Pisces be looking forward to in the second week of Jan? They're saying you should be mindful of any stubborn tendencies that you have. And being stuck in situations that you need to free yourself from, Pisces. Stuck in situations that you need to free yourself from doesn't mean, people always think it means in a relationship. It can be in a job. It can be in, you know, tied to your finances. Maybe you want to take out a loan, or you think that you want to take out a loan for whatever reason, and the reality is it's not going to bring whatever it is you're looking for. Stuck in certain mindsets, stuck in certain belief systems, all those things, Jupiterian energy could be what you need to look forward to, because you need to release them as well. So, King of Swords. Okay, can we get a clarity card for King of Swords, please, angels, guides, and spirits? Because the King of Swords upright is someone who's taken action, who is like going towards something, who is making a decision, who is sometimes cutting something out. It's like, you know, a Mars energy. Mars in a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, cutting something, doing something. And in reverse, it could mean that you're preventing yourself from doing something. But when I heard looking forward to comfortability, Pisces, I think, thank you. Okay, I got it. So, some of you are halfway there when it comes to cutting something out, when it comes to that energy that I felt about being stuck in something. For some of you, it's being stuck. Okay, so some of you need to, okay, right, spirit. So some of you need to get out of this funk of just being, what's the word? I'm feeling like some of you have been in this funk of being closed off, being condensed, squashed, just making yourself small is what I'm hearing. Spirit is saying that some of you have really just gone too much into hermit mode. Your opposite sign, Virgo, likes to, you know, be very reserved in the background, doesn't like to be the center of attention. Unfortunately, Pisces, Jupiter is in your sign, so everybody's going to be noticing you. Everybody's going to want to know what you're up to, what you're doing. People might want to be around you a lot more than usual. They might just want to tap into your energy field. They might just want to know what you're doing, what plans you have for the year, what you're focusing on. And that can be quite overwhelming for you, Pisces, because what people don't understand is that Pisces actually like spending a lot of time by themselves. Okay, so you could have been feeling like, especially with the Aquarius energy and Saturn and Uranus, you could have definitely been feeling the last 2 years like you just want to get away from everybody, you just want to be alone, you just want to focus on yourself, you just want to do what you need to do to move forward. But you could have just been stuck in that energy, not finding a balance between, you know, taking the time to recharge, recover, recenter yourself, and then get back out in the world and do whatever it is that you want to do and need to do, you know, on your soul's journey. So some of you could have definitely gone to the more, you know, restricted side rather than the more free side of Aquarius energy. Okay, so Spirit is saying that you could feel very comfortable in this place. You could have found comfort in endings, in loss, in, you know, being the background person, being reserved, just being in your own energy, staying indoors. A lot of staying indoors is coming up for me right now. But it's time for you to step out of that. It's time for you to find a balance between those two energies. It's time for you to put yourself out there in the world. If you are working, Pisces, if you are working on anything significant that is to do with Jupiter's energy, like philosophy or teaching or spirituality or travel, like if you're into tourism or traveling or anything that's about expanding or bringing connections, like from one place to another, like foreign influences, if you're into any of that, now is the perfect time for you to start executing your plan. And then when Jupiter moves into Aries, which I think is in April or May, you'll be able to really find the confidence to honing on whatever it is that you're doing. Because right now, Spirit is saying, yes, you can look forward to comfortability, but eventually you'll be restless there. You'll feel restless, or you might even feel restless now. Who knows? But it's time for you to step out of your comfort zone. So yes, you're looking forward to comfortability. You absolutely are. And there's absolutely no problem in that. But you cannot stay stagnant forever. You cannot stay in that energy forever. Okay? All right. Thank you so much, Spirit, for these beautiful messages. Can we... Oh, okay. Now they want these cards, which I've never used before, by the way. They're absolutely brand new, as you can see, still in the box. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. I'm sure they was black. Now they're brown. I'm not sure what's happening here. Angels, guides, and spirits. What do you want to tell Pisces from the animal deck? Oh, Pisces, I feel like your desires in life are going to get a significant boost. You might just feel like you have an absolute first appetite for being of service, to do something meaningful in the world. If you hear my stomach rumbling, it's because I'm fasting. Yeah, definitely a thirst for knowledge here, Pisces. Some of you could be going back to study, or you could be moving into another country. Or location, doesn't have to be another country per se. It could just be that you're moving location, moving into a different house. Angels, guides, and spirits, what else does Pisces need to know? Oh, okay. Judgment. This came in reverse, and I'm going to take it both ways because I feel like, what is that in the road? There's something in the road. I feel like for some of you, you have been judging yourself very harshly, based on your fears and anxiety, based on any past decisions you've made, or things you didn't handle so well, things that you think could have gone better. I see a energy of judgment here of, oh, you know, like really 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 talking to yourself negatively about whatever it is that you did or you didn't do. There's this feeling of hanging on to something that has already gone, that something happened in the past that has already gone. The ship has already sailed, and it's almost as if you maybe find it hard to forgive someone or to forgive yourself for something that happened. I don't know what that's about, but that's the energy just coming up here. But in the upright position, I feel like if you are someone who has cleared out your karmic debris, who has worked on their karmic debt, who is focused on, you know, healing parts of themselves, the wounds that are connected to long lines of trauma, ancestral inheritance, then you could be seeing the benefits of that during this week. There's a lot of focus on that, actually, Pisces. There's a lot of focus on healing, the healing element of yourself. That could be coming up to the surface the second week of Jan. And it could be things that you thought you had healed about yourself, but have just, you know, started appearing again. And that's Jupiter in Pisces, expanding, you know, things that we've kind of tried to ignore. So that could be something that's coming up for you in the second week of Jan. I feel like this need to set spirit free. There's this need to soar, and as you can see here, there's an eagle. So there's an eagle that has seen everything, bird's eye view, sees everything, knows everything that's happened, omniscient, and is now coming back down to correct something. And in reverse, it's an eagle that sees everything and is running away from whatever it is it sees. So if you are someone that doesn't like to really face your fears, I'm just gonna say, I felt guided to do a video today about facing your fears, so I will definitely post that on my main channel and you can check that out. But if you are someone who struggles to face your fears, I want you to figure out why you are unable to face that fear, because there's something, either a pattern behavior from your childhood or from your parents, that it disables you in some shape or form. It stops you from being brave enough or confident enough to approach that part of yourself, which is just a fragmented part of yourself that needs healing, that needs to be addressed, that needs to be tended to. So you need to figure out why it is that you find it really difficult to face that part of yourself, and what you can do, which ultimately is just facing that part of yourself, to work out that energy in your environment or your energetic field. Okay, angels, guides and spirits, I want to do heart chakra for Pisces, second week of Jan. Card Pisces, heart chakra, the Hanged Man in reverse. Something you guys are not seeing clearly. I think, given the theme of this reading, it's a lot about healing, which is exciting depending on how you view it. I quite like transformation and death and rebirth. I've come to love it over the years because my life has been an absolute embodiment of that. But there's a great focus here on not seeing something clearly, because the wound is so big that it's really hard for you to focus on anything but the pain of that wound. And with this spider here, spiders are silent. They are creepers. They just appear and you don't know where they came from. And this is giving me the same energy of what I just described when I was talking about the wound, and something existing in you or in your environment, or maybe even in someone else that you're connecting to, that you're now, it's like you see it but you're not seeing it clearly. It's like the wound is there, it's creating a issue in your environment, and you're aware of the issue it's creating, but you don't know where it's coming from. You don't know where that wound is coming from. And if you don't know where that wound is coming from, then it's really difficult for you to actually do the inner work to heal it. So there's something that you're not seeing, Pisces. You could be projecting onto someone else, and it's very mature of you to actually sit with yourself and say, actually, maybe whatever it is that I'm dealing with is showing up in my reality because I'm not facing it, and the universe is making sure that I see it for what it is by bringing it into my direct vision. So for some of you, that's definitely something that you're working with. There's something to do with your heart chakra. Maybe it's to do with your parents, or a relationship that you have with your mom, or a relationship that you have with someone in the past, you know, something that really affected your heart, made you feel a certain way, made you feel closed out to love, maybe true authentic love, made you feel closed out to the love that you should have for yourself. This is really having an impact on, you know, your environment and how you see yourself and where you're going in the future. Angels, guides and spirits, can we get a card for mind space for Pisces second week of Jan, please? Spirit says they love these cards, by the way. Some of you need to connect with nature. That's why they brought out these cards. Some of you have been inside so much. Maybe you've been isolating, or you've been stuck in a position where you can't get outside as much, where you've just been like, I'm staying indoors. Some of you need to get outside, you need to connect with nature, you need to ground yourself. Angels, guides, and spirits, can I get, can I get minds? There could be a lot of stuff going on in your mind, Pisces. When is there not a lot of stuff going on in your mind, Pisces? Oh dear. Okay, so we have a lot of reverse cards here. We have the Empress in reverse, the Magician in reverse, and the Hierophant in reverse. Some of you are definitely dealing with some self-worth issues. There's a sense of feeling like, I don't know if I could be who I want to be. I don't know if I can make it that far. I don't know if this journey is for me. I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know if I discover my purpose, if I can deliver. There's a lot of negative energy I'm feeling here, and an inability to transform. It's like being stuck in the cocoon for way too long, and you need to get out of it, but you don't want to transform into the butterfly, because if you transform into the butterfly, then there's a possibility that you're going to have some predators, or people are going to take advantage of you, or, you know, you're not going to stand out as much as you thought you was, or you don't want to stand out. You simply just don't want to stand out. Some of you I feel like some of you have given up with something, either given up in love, given up on yourself, or just given up in life in general. That is not a good place to be, Pisces. I think it's understanding that Pisces goes through these phases where, you know, when we hit the lows, they're inconsolable, and when we hit the highs, they're unexplainable, and trying to find the balance in between. Okay, you don't need to be either really high or really low. You can literally just coast through life and stay somewhat in the middle, as long as you acknowledge that life changes and there's, you know, cycles, and, you know, you're not always going to feel absolutely great and you're not always going to feel absolutely low. Then you're doing the best that you can do. And I think that's the important message here, is that you're doing the best that you can do, and you need to stop tormenting your mind. This is all the stuff that's on your mind, like not feeling like I have the knowledge, not feeling like I have the drive, not feeling like I can do this. Can I do this spiritual journey? And I'm just going to say, if you feel that way, that's exactly what you're going to experience. If you approach it with a different kind of approach, if you say spirit, guides, God, whatever you believe in, if you call on them, if you ask them for their existence, they will give it to you. And I guarantee by the end of this transit, you will know, or end of this year, you will know exactly who you are and where you're meant to be at every given moment, if you work with the energies that are available to you. Okay?